Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and I have a really simple thank you card for today's video. But first I want to talk to you about what's going on with Stampin' Up. So Paper Pumpkin, in fact I got an order yesterday, and Stampin' Up put this flyer, I guess you'd call it, in the box with my order. And it was a nice reminder that Paper Pumpkins, September, October, and November, and I'm assuming this is October and November, could be opposite, but it's a really exciting month. They have great kits. I mean, I think the kits are great year round, but at the holidays they really kind of amp them up. And so as a reminder, you know, you might want to look into Paper Pumpkin for the next 3 months and work and get all your holiday cards and stuff satisfied that way, I guess I would say. And so, you know, you can buy a 3-month subscription to Paper Pumpkin, and then that would qualify you for an item out of Celebration. Now Celebration goes to the end of August, so we can still take advantage of that. And so what Celebration is, you place an order of $50, you can get a level 1 item out of this catalog. Let me show you like a level item or level 1 item, for example. And I think these are all still available, like the hippos. You can get the hippo stamp set or the hippo dies. And then they have level 2s that are like, oh, this is perfect example, is the stamp set with the designer series paper. So you spend $100. This is in the US, and then you get that level 2. Like I said, just beware that some of this stuff has sold out. So then Stampin' Up has brought in a whole another list of the annual catalog products that you can get instead. So that's Celebration. Like I said, if you're interested in the Paper Pumpkin, I would go ahead and get a 3-month subscription at my online store. Excuse me. And then you qualify, well, for a Celebration item. Another promotion Stampin' Up has going on is called this Perfect Partners. And what they've done is they've run some die sets in from the, I think they're all in the annual catalog. Oh, look, it's upside down. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyway, and now they've added the die. So for, like, example, I had this birthday pig, and then yesterday in my order came the die set that matches, and look how cute that die set is. So not only does it cut out the little pig images, it also adds like the wagon. I think my favorite part of this one is even the grass line here. We could do a lot with the grass line. So hopefully next couple of days I'll play with this piggy, well, what are these called? Playful pig dies, and I'll have a video for you for those. Okay, so that's those 2 promotions. I think that's all I have. Let's go ahead and get on to the card. So the card is a very simple thank you card. My mother passed away last week, and I need to make some thank you cards, excuse me, for the, you know, the gifts that I've received, the thoughts that I've received. So I wanted something really simple, but had a little bit of bling to it. So this is what we're going to make. Like I said, it's a very simple card. We'll make it from beginning to end. So I'm going to start here with some Poppy Parade cardstock and my paper trimmer. Now this is just your 8.5 by 11. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score it right here. This is the 11-inch side here. I'm going to just score it right here at 5.5. So let me get my, this is our cutting blade on our paper trimmer, is a little bit darker than our scoring blade. So I got the cutting blade out of the way, and I'm going to set my paper, line it up here at 5.5, and then, like I said, just score it here. Because I'm going to make a bunch of these, it's easier to make 2 at a time. So then I'm going to take my cardstock here at 4 1/4, which is half of the 8.5, and I'm going to just cut it. So now I really have 2 card bases here. So then I want to take and cut off, excuse me, 3 1/4 inches here. So I'm going to take, there's 2 ways you could do this. You could take this and then just slice it here at the, and cut it off, or you could take it here at the score line at 2 1/4 and cut it off. And I don't know why, that's what I like to do better. So like I said, I'm going to put the score line at the 2 1/4, and then I'm going to just cut here, and then that gives us this piece here that is really 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Now with this card, you could take it and cut it down and change it and make it all different sizes depending like what you want to put on the front. I like this size because then when you cut your designer series paper, this section here is 3 1/4 by 4, which doesn't have any waste with your designer series paper. So I'm going to use this, I call it the wood designer series paper, but that's not correct. It's called the Rings of Love. I believe this is still available with the Celebration, so it's a freebie with Celebration. I got a couple scraps here of the pattern I want, but let me show you real quick how pretty the paper is. It has the well, you can see here, like the trees or the backgrounds, the piece reused. This is kind of Christmassy, a pretty floral. It has some fall prints and the little birds on there. Love the backgrounds. To me, this could almost be like a Christmas snow scene. Beautiful fonts, pastel colors, big, medallions. I think that's what those are called. Look how cute the mushrooms are here. It's just really nice paper. There's the log or wood that I keep calling it. But we're going to take these 2 scraps here that I have, just pieces of cardstock in there. And I'm going to cut this one down because I want it to be 4 inches landscape, I guess you'd call it. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 3. And I should have warned you too. Yeah, I thought I had it the wrong way. They're doing some landscape on my front yard, so you might hear some noises. Let's see if this is 2 inches. Oh, almost. It almost fit, but it doesn't. So I'm going to cut this one down. Let's see if this is, because we need this one to be 4 inches. Yeah, so I can just cut 2 inches off of here because the back of this paper is that grid, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. But those are the 2 sizes I need. And if I'm saying the wrong sizes, because sometimes my mouth works faster than my brain does, so be sure you could go to my blog becreativewithkathy.com and the correct measurements will be there. I think I got them right this time. But we're going to just go ahead and take this, and I'm going to just use some tape runner, not snail anymore, seal, that's what it's called now, and put this on to that Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to take this here, and I want the opposite patterns to be on the card, so I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on the back of this. Whoops, and I forgot to fold this. Let's fold this over. And give it a nice crisp fold. And this one's going to fit right here on that flap there. So far, so good, right? So now I want to adhere this part to this so I can see how far it's going to go here. I'm going to just lay my piece of cardstock there just kind of as a guide, and I'm going to put some adhesive here, and then I'm going to put adhesive here, and this will make sure that I get adhesive on both places where I need my card to be sturdy. So just like this, because see, whoop, let me put it right. Now I have adhesive here and adhesive here, and it's going to be just right there where I want it. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I think, oh, brother Kathy, you're not making any sense. Okay, so now we have our card here. I need an inside of our card, so I'm going to just take a piece here of basic white cardstock. I'm trying to grab it here. It's just another 8.5 by 11. I'm going to first cut it at 5 1/4. Now this is the 11-inch side. I'm going to just cut it at 5 1/4. And then at 4 inches. And now if you're making a bunch of these, you could even cut 2 at a time, try to save some time and get a lot of them. I want a stamp on this though, and I want something that, you know, showed that how kind people were to me by giving me the stuff for my mom. And so I'm going to use this, Your Kindness Warms My Heart. This is from the Perch Tree stamp set. It's part of a bundle. The dies that come with it look like this, and it has this big one. Let me see if I can get out back here. That cuts out like the tree kind of scene. This is in the mini catalog, although you could find it on my online store if you just search Perched in a Tree. It kind of looks like this. That's what that die looks like. Cuts out this big piece here. The beautiful, really pretty, can you see the embossing on the leaves of the die set? It's a really nice die set. But anyway, we're just going to stamp a little bit with that stamp. I already have it here, and I'm going to use some Night of Navy ink, and that's going to coordinate with the stamp, or with the thanks that we're going to put on the front. Let's see if I can get it straight here. Get rid of the hair. And just like that, I'm going to let that sink ink in. Ink sink in. There we go. And then I'm going to kind of just set that aside so that can dry, because sometimes those darker inks like that take a little bit longer, especially on our basic white, which is really, really smooth. Okay, so while that's drying, let's bring in some other products and work on that thanks. I do have a strip here of Night of Navy, and I have some of this, what is this called? It's called Real Red and White Glimmer Paper. It is actually glimmer paper. There's so many different shiny papers now, I don't know which ones are which. But we're going to cut this down to, let's just do 2 inches. I think that'd be the easiest way. So I'm going to just take a scrap here, more or less, of 2 inches. And then I'm going to use our adhesive sheets. I think these are great when you're working with little pieces. So I'm going to just pull out a piece. Oops, stuck on there, of this. Now it comes in 6 by 12, and I know this is 6 inches because it was from the 6-inch pack of paper, so I'm going to cut this down to 6 inches, and then that way it's just the right size. Now our adhesive sheets come, if you can see, like in these 2-inch strips. So I'm going to just turn this over, you know what, and I'm going to use my silicone mat, and I'm going to put this on just so it doesn't get onto my surface of my work, or my work surface here. But I'm going to just kind of start peeling this off like that. See how now this is the sticky part here, this is the backing, but I'm going to just lay that right here on that glimmer paper, and now that's going to make this whole thing into a big sticker. Okay. Let's bring in the die cut machine. Well, let's bring in the dies first so you can see what dies we're using. This thanks that's on the front of my card, where'd it go? Right here is from the Amazing Thanks dies. So I'm going to just take the background die here and the fine line die here, bring in my machine, the cut and emboss machine, lay down first platform number 1, and then we'll need plate number 2, that's the adapter for dies. I'm going to use my plate that's pretty chewed up here on the bottom. Lay my blue cardstock with the base of my thanks here. And then that glimmer paper that I put the sticker sheet on the back, and lay that on there. I'm going to try to save a little bit of room. Maybe I could get one under there too for the next card. Okay, then lay that plate on top, and then turn my machine around so the handle's on the right side, and then just run that through. And I am going to go forward and then back, because it's possible that that glimmer paper with the sticker sheet on the back might be a little bit thick. And I want to make sure it gets a really nice cut. Okay, we have our pieces here now. Let's see if I can just tap and get them out. And one more. Well, I got, oh here, yep, there we go, just like that. Got that piece out. We'll tap this one. There we go. Now that this has a sticker sheet, now you could take and punch all those little pieces out that are perfectly cut now, but I'm going to just go ahead and take that. Wait, make sure these 2 little pieces here are gone. They are. I'm going to just take that sticker back, or the backing, maybe I am. And then sometimes those little pieces stick to the backing. Yeah, of course, do it on camera, that makes it hard. Now my hands are shaking too. All right, I guess we're gonna go. I usually, oh no, there, it's already started. I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, here we go. Take that back off. And I'm not gonna take the back off the whole way, and that way I have something to hang on to kind of over here. And then I'm going to start, but you see how those little pieces fell out when I took the back off. But I'm going to start here with the T and just work my way over to the S, making sure that my thanks gets that nice border. There we go. And look how pretty that is. Now to put that on the front of our card, I'm going to bring in some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to just put the full-size mini dimensionals where the bigger parts, because there's on the back of the A, that would work. On the back of the K, I think it would work there. It would totally work right here. And then on these two edges, because you don't need a lot, although I think I can fit a dimensional right here at the top of the H2. There we go. And then I'll just cut some little sides of my dimensionals. Might as well use them all, right? For the little S here. Fit there. And then one more little strip just for my T. Put that up there. There we go. Let's just test and make sure. Yep, I can't see any of my dimensionals on this side, so that's a good thing. We'll go ahead and get those backs off. And put that right there. And look how pretty that is with that sparkly little thanks on the front. It's a very simple card, but gives it that little wow. So then I'm going to just put the inside in. And while I do that, I need to let you know that this card will also be a part of the Crazy Card Chicks Kits to Go. So if you're part of Crazy Card Chicks and you're looking for the video to put your card together, you're in the right place. All of your pieces will already be cut out for you. You'll have to use your own ink and stamps to do the inside, but this is what your card will look like for the month of August. All right, so thanks for stopping by and watching the video. So you know, I usually do videos twice a week, but I'm gonna take a little bit of break and just go down to once a week. And so I'll see you back here on Monday, probably about 11 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. Bye-bye.